Hey, welcome. I remain Prosper Nwango, and in this lesson, we're going to focus on an amorphous form of carbon, which is coal. Other amorphous form of carbon include coke and charcoal. Last week, we focused on the crystalline form of carbon, which include graphite and diamond, and we also define the term allotropy. Let's dive into the topic, the objective for this lesson. Now, your first objective for this lesson is to be able to state the types of coal. Just be able to state it is sufficient. Next, which is the peak of our lesson, is to explain the destructive distillation of coal. And lastly, you should be able to explain the uses of the products of distilled coal. Now, this is one of the major aspects that WAEC usually asks in their questions. You'll be asked to state the products of destructive distillation of coal, and you also be asked to state one use of each product. So at the end of the lesson, you should be able to do just that. So what is coal? Usually when students come to me and ask me, sir, what will be the product if one reactant, this reactant reacts with another, and I will usually ask them, what is the condition for the reaction? Because depending on condition for reaction will determine the product that is formed when two reactants react. So in the terms of coal, coal is one form of carbon. Other forms of carbon include graphite, diamond, petroleum, charcoal, and the rest of them. Now, most of these forms of carbon are formed under high pressure and temperature. So coal is formed in the same way. We're told that layers of dirt and rock covers plant and animal debris over millions of years. Now, in some textbooks, this millions of years is referred to as the Carboniferous era. So the resulting pressure and heat turns the plant and animal remains into a substance we call coal. Now remember that diamond and graphite is formed by similar process. So depending on the extent to which they are exposed to this condition will determine what form of carbon is produced. So what are the types of coal? Now, there are four major types of coal. The first one is peat. The second one is lignite, or also known as brown coal. The third one is bituminous or soft coal, and lastly the anthracite, also known as hard coal. So from our objective, I said you should be able to state the various types of coal, and that is what you should do. Now for anthracite, it is about 95% pure carbon. Impurities present may include sulfur and phosphorus. Let's look at the destructive distillation of coal. So what happens? Now, destructive distillation is a process by which organic substances are subjected to high temperature, or they are broken down by high temperature in limited supply of oxygen. So when we talk about destructive distillation of coal, we are most interested in what are the products of the destructive distillation of coal. Now, one of such products is coke. Another product is ammoniacal liquor, and another one is coal tar, and lastly we have coal gas. Now we have coke, we have coal tar, we have ammoniacal liquor, and we have coal. So how is this formed? Now how this is formed is, if you can look at what we have over here, we have a burner being heating up a test tube that contains coal. Now the coal firstly is present here. Now when you heat coal in limited supply of oxygen, now a vapor will form and is collected inside another test tube that is filled with water. Now some of these products, three products, actually goes into the other test tube and leaving behind coke over here. So under this place you have coal tar condensing, and dissolved in the water is ammoniacal liquor, and lastly coming out of this outlet is coal gas. Now let us watch a video that allows you to better understand this process. Stay tuned, I'll be back with you shortly.
Destructive distillation of coal. The combustion of fuel in the absence of air is called destructive distillation of fuel. Objective: to understand destructive distillation of coal. Arrange the apparatus as shown. The horizontal glass tube contains some crushed pieces of coal, while the vertical glass tube is filled with some amount of water. Heat coal over a burner. On strong heating, it produces colorless vapors which enter water filled in the other tube. After some time, few of these vapors condense to form black viscous layer below the water level. This is called coal tar, while some other vapors get dissolved in water to form a colorless layer above the coal tar layer. This colorless layer is called ammonical liquor, as it mostly contains dissolved ammonia. Lastly, the unreacted vapors are released through the outlet of this tube, called coal gas, which is combustible. The material left behind in the horizontal tube is called coke. Coke contains about 60% of carbon. When hot steam is passed over coke, carbon in the form of coke reacts with water vapors to form a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen, which is called water gas. It is used in the manufacture of hydrogen gas. Coal gas. Coal gas is mainly a mixture of methane along with hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and other gaseous hydrocarbons, and is used as an industrial fuel. Ammonical liquor is mainly used to manufacture fertilizers. Coal tar is mainly used in the manufacture of dyes, insecticides, medicines, artificial yarn, etc. Summary: destructive distillation of coal produces coke, coal tar, ammonical liquor and coal gas.
Hey, welcome back. I do hope you enjoyed that video. Now, the question that should pop up in your mind is, why do we have to go through the stress of distilling coal? Why do we have to go through the stress of going through the process to get these four products of the destructive distillation of coal? Well, the major reason is because of the uses of these substances or of this product. Let's see the use of each of these products, but I know you let us further stress on it. The first thing is coke. Just know that coke is the solid aspect, and it is used as a fuel and a reducing agent. In most industries, they require a source of fuel and reducing agent for some of their product. So coke is a major source of fuel and reducing agent for these industries. The next product is coal tar. Coal tar is one of the liquid aspects of the product of destructive distillation of coal. Now, the use of coal tar, I think this is more important. Now, we know that it contains a mixture of carbon compound. Now, its use is used to make soap, fat, dyes, plastic, insecticide, explosives, and a lot of things. Now, these are things that are really important to us. Let's take a look at soap, at dyes, at plastic. They are things that we find in our environment, are essential commodities. The next is ammonical liquor, is also liquid. Now let's take it back. Let's go a bit back. Coke is solid, coal tar is liquid, ammonical liquor is also liquid. Now it is majorly used to make fertilizers. And lastly, we have coal gas, which is the gaseous aspect of the destructive distillation of coal, and is also used as a fuel. It is called town gas, also called town gas. So class activities. Now, first, I know most of you are now in the Google Classroom, so I'm no longer going to post our Zoom meeting times in your WhatsApp forum. Now, everything we're going to be posting is going to be in the Google Classroom. So if you are not yet there, please contact me for the code or ask your colleagues your classmate for the code for the Google Classroom, and every activity and classwork is going to be done in the Google Classroom. I want to implore you to take these activities serious. They are fun and they are interesting to do. Thank you very much for watching, and do have a nice day. Remember, stay safe.